is a lightweight framework for Agile project management. We say that Scrum is a framework versus a methodology since Scrum does not prescribe how to implement certain things such as reporting, source control, or even code. Scrum utilizes an iterative, incremental approach, which allows for predictability and better risk management. So Scrum is centered around iterations or sprints that are typically anywhere between 1 to 4 weeks in length. Most commonly these days, many teams are implementing a 2-week sprint length. Each sprint, or iteration development period, has a clear goal consisting of an agreed set of work items to implement during that iteration. So before starting any sprint, the team gets together and agrees on what work items they will complete within the course of a sprint. And at the end of each sprint, the goal is to have some kind of product increment that can be inspected and adapted, gaining feedback from stakeholders. Each successive sprint then builds on the last, and planning occurs in between the sprints. So although we do have a general high-level plan for the overall release, sprints also allow us to inspect and adapt and potentially change the plan for the next upcoming sprint based on feedback or based on something we've learned during the course of a sprint. Inspecting and adapting are central to the success of Scrum. And Scrum includes 4 events that provide opportunities to inspect and adapt. These are sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective. The sprint planning meeting is the initial meeting where the team will commit to a set of deliverables for the sprint. The sprint planning meeting is an opportunity to inspect and adapt because at this meeting, the product owner is able to provide the team with some feedback based on either the last sprint or based on things that have changed since the last sprint. It's an opportunity to potentially reorder or reprioritize the requirements backlog. The daily Scrum is another opportunity to inspect and adapt as a team. Every day, there's a Scrum meeting, also known as a daily stand-up, typically 15 minutes maximum, in which team members discuss what they've done, what they are going to work on, and any roadblocks or impediments to their work. Each team member answers 3 main questions. What work have I completed since the last Scrum and why? What do I plan on completing between now and the next Scrum? And do I have any roadblocks or problems that the team can help me overcome? On many occasions, the why part of the first question is skipped, since everybody should know why they've worked on specific items. Those items typically line up with the sprint goal and have been agreed on at the beginning of the sprint. However, in the case that something has delayed or changed priorities, it's good to make sure that everybody understands why priorities changed with work items and what challenges are being experienced. The sprint review, which happens at the end of a sprint, allows the team to review and demo the product of their work to their stakeholders and to the product owner. It's also another opportunity to inspect their deliverables, to inspect what they've been working on, and adapt if necessary. And lastly, the sprint retrospective is the 4th event that provides opportunities to inspect and adapt. The sprint retrospective is a meeting in which the team can get together and talk about what went well, what didn't go well, and what action items they can take in order to improve as a team. In summary, the primary goal of the Scrum framework is to have opportunities to inspect and adapt as work progresses in your Agile project. The 4 Scrum events that provide opportunities for this are sprint planning, the daily Scrum, the sprint review, and the sprint retrospective.